Narukamo Akai says, frozen moment Narukamo Akai's party. Acer says, Acer's party Nyx token burn April 6th. Says, you have left the zone. Says, Rift Rebellion region is a peace zone where you cannot battle other players. Artuni Congo says, Artuni Congo's party dream February 6th. Yunks says, Yunks' party ice survival. Spazer says, Spazer's party ice survey. Varieta says, Crazy Diamond Reclutamos Jugadores Activo. Acer says, Acer's party Nyx token burn April 6th. Byte says, Byte's party Scarlet. X Death Musk says, used quality recovery crystal. Roastanerb says, Roastanerb's party eyes. Fadaya says, Fadaya X Elizabeth says, LF Frozen. Acer says, Acer's party Nick's ticket burn April 6th. Sarai says, Sarai's party frozen moment. Says, the protection period, Ryuga says, Ryuga's party eyes. Malachi 613 says, Malachi 613's party frozen. Says, used quality recovery crystal. X-Death Muthx says, X-Death Muthx's party primal trial February 3rd. Says, you have left the Rift Rebellion zone. Says, cannot enter the Amatwa house while in combat. says, killed explosive Marshark. Stainstix says, cannot enter the Amatoi house while in combat. Beast 7 AirAmp 007 says, AirAmp 007's Party Ice Survival. Easer says, Easer's Party Nix ticket burn April 6th. Says, the Red Frost bag has been activated. Nav says, Nav's Party Ice. Says, Repentant Faith Guild controls and Nesta Bistone. Roastanerb says, you have obtained 5 boss spawn point, S. Fadaya says, Fadaya's Party Scarlet. Says, used quality recovery crystal. Veritaki says, Veritaki's Partyish survival. Macapurlo says, Macapurlo's Party Scarlet Dream. Says, you are in an unknown area that is not on the map. Fadaya says, Fadaya's Party Scarlet April 6th. says, you have entered a peace zone. Macapurlo says, Macapurlo's Party Scarlet Dream April 6th. Macapurlo says, May 6th. Veritaki says, Veritaki's party is Sire Vival. Nov says, Nov's party frozen. Lilasnisapixie says, Lilasnisapixie's party need one more for ice survival. Mooderer says, Mooderer's Party Hall. Says, you can use dash morph soon. Says, you can use dash morph soon. To make an analgesic for the girl, you gathered some barnacles and succulents. The barnacles and succulents at River of Trials both adapted to grow in the harsh environment by producing an anesthetic serum. Says, you have acquired Tiny Friends Swimming Practice Completion Reward, S. X Elizabeth says, X Elizabeth's Party Ice. Yahyum says, I make all my towers Melvin Towers in the TD game mode, so you can put some respect. Nov says, Nov's Party Hall. Dative Mofo says, no. Yahyum says, Mao. Nov says, Nov's Party Hall April 6th. Chupi says, WB. Chupi Submissive Salute says, best on is Sophia, she hits 2 at a time. Says, killed explosive Marshark. Yahyum says, is she the one that says, witness us guild controls Burkent Estate Abyssbone? Submissive Salute says, no, she has a sword. Lena Isaiah says, well, this char was a waste. Shupi says, anyone else see the WB? Lena Isaiah says, forgot the path of ascension earrings you get are also used for the trait resonance mission.
Did you find the ingredients? Good, thank you. If I had that...
Arieta says, crazy diamond reclutamos jugadores activos nuevos o viejos para todo tipo de contenido, jugamos chil y sin presiones, solo cuando pueden, el lunes para el que la cago y la entrada libre. Los esperamos.
Thank you. She will run away if she sees me, so I'll just stay here.
Says, you have acquired sharks in the mud completion reward, S. Computer Jude 05 says, join Repentant Faith a PVX Guild. Uzox Shack has 684 says, Uzox Shack has 684's party. Yahilm says, no clue what that means. Uzox Shack has 684 says, Uzox Shack has 684's party Scarlet. Fadaya says, Fadaya's party frozen. Julius Gotti says, DPSQ Stone Grave. Oridia says, I am not going to lie. I like the candle event lol. Darth Scram says, I passed the 4th wave where they dropped to for the first time yesterday. Darth Scram says, it got way stupidly harder. Darth Scram says, not even a chance I can beat it with my current strats or knowledge. Oridia says, they get on crack and start running low, says, used mana regen potion. Darth Scram says, I want them to give more active abilities and actual says, used fried egg. Darth Scram says, it is definitely the best mini-game they made so far. Darth Scram says, add leaderboards and never-ending waves and bang you got a nice lil addition to the game.
Eat. Oh. Tastes bad. No good. Ugh. Huh? Arm only hurt a little. Bet Azra made it.
Servanathon says, Servanathon's party Scarlet.
Is where? Giselle waits.
Oridia says, is funny when you start getting purple circle, because another one is gone, and I have to run around to remember which one just vanished lol.
Giselle's arm hurt. Eat berry, not hurt. But no berry now. Mini shark.
Darth Scram says, imagine if you could actually stun and CC/kill the wave minions.
Now, follow Giselle. Cave, scary. Sharks. Barry, inside. I eat Barry, arm don't hurt. But Crash, rocks.
Darth Scram says, it would be so fun to make pure CC builds and pull leaks back and catch them yourself.
Shark! Kaboom! Okay.
Icy Drifter says, Healer Q for Random Epic, says, Repentant Faith Guild has said Ant Nesta Bistone under guild protection.
Here, eat Barry.
Benny Shark says, Banished Greed of the Dead Necklace WTSPM me.
Here, Barry. Eat. No, eat Barry. Why? But berries for Giselle. More berries in cave. Cave. Red fog. Many sharks.
Says, you have acquired the girl's secret completion reward. Oridia says, that is not fun. That is just more fighting lol. Here you need to use your brain and know which one to turn on and when, lol, especially when they get on crack. And Wilmer says, Wilmer's party memento. Mooderer says, Mooderer's party Scarlet. Fadaya says, Fadaya's party ice survival. Says, you can use dash morph soon. Darth Scram says, letting you also use skills and CC is a net positive lol. Wilmer says, Wilmer's party momento congelado. Kadida says, Kadida's Invihusky says, Invihusky's party use. Darth Scram says, cause once everyone figures out the one strat that works it's over. Mooderer said, Darth Scram says, if you got never-ending waves and escape. Darth Scram said, Kadida says, Kadida's party I serve. Iftaming says, X. Mooderer says, Mooderer's party Scarlet. Wilmer says, Wilmer's party momento congelado. Revenant 80 says, Revenant 80's party ice survival. Mooderer says, Mooderer's party Scarlet. Mooderer says, Mooderer's party Scarlet. Mooderer says, Mooderer's Party Scarlet. Says, currently unable to morph into a morphed form. Says, you can use dash morph soon. Wilmer says, Wilmer's Party Supervivencia Gelida. Macaperlo says, Macaperlo's Party Hall of Repentance. Wilmer says, Wilmer's Party Supervivencia Gelida. Revenant 80 says, Revenant 80's Party Ice Survival. Anzu Mori says, Anzu Mori's Party Frozen Mom. Says, used quality recovery crystal. Revenant 80 says, Revenant 80's Party Ice Survival. Macaperlo says, Macaperlo's Party April 6th Hall of Repentance. Says, used quality recovery crystal. Narukamo Akai says, Narukamo Akai's Party Frozen Moment. Says, you can use dash morph soon. Says, used quality recovery crystal. Royal Reese says, Royal Reese's Party Ice. XWixitJX says, XWixitJX's Party Ice Survival. Says, used quality recovery crystal. Zirili says, Zirili's party frozen moment. Dark Lord 9512 says, Dark Lord 9512's Party Ice Survival. Zirili says, Zirili's Party Frozen Moment. Curb says, Nix burn Curb's party. Says, used quality recovery crystal. Says, the protection period for Burkent Estate Abyssstone has ended. Says, used quality recovery crystal. Curb says, best token burn. Malachi 613 says, Malachi 613's party hall burn. Lysel says, Lysel's party frozen moment. Xwixit JX says, Xwixit JX's party need one for Stockhouse do. Ilauyunx says, Ilauyunx's party eyes survival. Xwixit JX says, got one. Ilauyunx says, Ilauyunx's party eyes survival. Says, you have acquired the source of Red Fog completion reward, S.
Oh, you're alive, Giselle. You mean that girl? She told me that you went deep into the cave. To be specific, she came to me...
Stainstykes says, I don't know what I would do if it wasn't for Sophia.
And she seemed to have come. Berries. If only the cave was... Are these from... I need some berries to test them on my purification. I'll keep Giselle dosed on pain.
Adventure, Azra!
Fadaya says, Fadaya's party hall of rep. St. James Str says, healer Q epic please at the boss. Roastin' Herb says, Roastin' Herb's party frozen moment. Curb says, Nick's token burn best spot Curb's party.
Any longer.
Shin says, Fadaya's party hall of rep February 6th. Says, summon Shadow Mayhem. Fadaya says, March 6th. Altimus says, Yan Wang picks up the slack as always.
I've been this rock. It has the same energy as the red fog. And these berries seem to repel it. What are these? Berries. I never would have guessed. Fascinating. Then this rock must be... I do. But my priority is to kill the world tree. I think these berries can help.
Stainstykes says, Stainstykes' party eyes.
Use the berries' power with my magic and purify the red fog. Look, The World Tree star fragment has been purified. What you saw in the cave were the sins committed by human wizards ages ago. There was a great using forbidden magic. They created this substance could after the war ended. So the descent. Now that we've helped the world, Clay doesn't. I need more bets. Going to take.
Says you have acquired a mysterious fruit completion reward. S.
Saying that it will aid him in his research. When you return to the forest,
Honesty Alice says. Honesty Alice's party ice.
to save the World Tree.
Selja says, damn.
Long, long ago, the elves gifted language and magic to humanity. However, mankind began to dabble in magic that was forbidden. And war broke out between the two peoples. Driven back and put on the defensive, the human wizards crystallized the resentment and despair of their dead. This forbidden weapon of war was called the Abyssal Meteor. It was Scion Tegaroth, a wizard of the Lightbringer Society, who brought the war to an end. He established precepts of magic.
Dark Lord 9512 says,
Sealing them in various locations around the world. As time passed, part of the ocean floor in Talandre rose, revealing a buried fragment of the meteor. Once the fragment surfaced, it emanated a corrupting red fog, which caused sickness, mutation, and death to all it touched.
a devastating war between humans and elves claimed many lives. The mistakes committed by human wizards during this time will remain as a curse for future generations to reckon with.
For future generations to reckon with.
Says, Witness Us Guild has set Berkant Estate Abyssstone under guild protection. Stainstykes says, Yan booty bra. Says, you have entered a safe zone.
The breeze line, please take the lift. If you're in the resistance, it's free.
No news yet? What in the world are they doing?
Says, you have two unread parrot mail.
Take a look at this distance.
Janice, Purific Friend,
Ah, you must be the adventurer. I'm Gokarin. Janice told me a lot about you. Janice had to leave to replenish her supplies. She said it might take a while.
Honesty Alice says, Honesty Alice's party Scarlet.
May know where Clay is. Janice will be here as soon as she finishes the potion.
I've never met him, but Charmir knows him. Charmir runs the Big Hammer Bar in the Black Anvil Forge, and his secret. He's well connected and well informed. Got class, dignity, and good looks to boot. He'll definitely help us find
Spazer says, Spazer's party ice survey.
the Big Hammer Bar in the Black Anvil Forge. Secure.
And give Chamir the resistance password. Oh, you need to order a very special drink as a password. While touching your chin, order sparkling water with 3 drops of milk in a warm glass. Janice told Melvin how to—
Alright,
I'll open the magic circle to Black Anvil Forge.
Stainstix says, Stainstix's party eyes.
Please be careful.
Says, you have entered a peace zone.
Bakilo Naru succumbed to his hatred and rage towards humans after losing his son. The Black Anvil dwarves soon began to massacre any humans they came across. After Bakilo's madness left him incapable to lead, his daughter Bonia succeeded him as the ruler of the Forge. She runs a profitable obsidian trade with Archeum agents, and they are conspiring together on secret research.
Nav says, Nav's party eyes. Says, used mana regen potion. Says, Black Anvil Hills traditional hangover food recipe 1 page collected. Says, you have 2 unread parrot mail. Bellatiel says, Bellatiel's party eyes.
That blasted quarterback!
All right, then. How do you like it?
Sandoza says, hey for bow / staff, should I take heroic staff and choose Tevent bow?
That's so. I think I get it now. Now for the final question.
Orissa Vera says, yes.
How many ice cubes do you need?
Stainstix says, typically, that's what PPL do I think.
How many ice cubes do you want? Good. Drink that all up. So how does it taste?
Stainstix says, I like to live on the edge, huh?
Now, you'll have no choice but to answer my questions with the truth. Who in the world are you?
Orissa Vera says, edging me say.
Come here. Why are you looking for Canary? What? Exactly? Rauke!
Stainstix says, just living up to my name.
Are you awake? Forgive me. Looks like I misjudged you. But when you're a spy, it's better to be too cautious than not cautious enough. At least you drink with a special concoction of mine. It's harmless now that it's worn off. Now, you said you want to meet Canary.
Navs, Malachi 613 says, Malachi 613's party Nick's farm. says, what kind of drink is that? Achievement completed.
I know most of the Bonnier, the boss, as henchman person. One of Bonnier's henchmen opened the crates.
Stainstykes says, let's say you have an equipment selection box, you know what you want, but should you wait till the water? Malachi 613 says, Malachi 613's party nix TKN burn good spot. Says, you have acquired Finding Canary completion reward, S.
Secret Agent Canary. Using the password Cochrane gave you, you made contact with